Hello and welcome to the Holistically Strong and Beautiful Podcast. I'm your host, Liana Taylor. Life isn't meant to be stressful or overwhelming, and this whole process of living a healthy lifestyle can feel like you're on a merry-go-round. But it doesn't have to be like that. If you can break it down step by step and really draw out a roadmap to your goal, then you can really take some great steps towards your bigger goal. Hello and welcome to this special episode of the Holistically Strong and Beautiful Podcast. This episode is special because it will go live the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, but it's all about counting your blessings and truly being grateful for the moment and the place that you all are in. And that is super important, especially in this time of year as we get into our busy season with the holidays and all the fun things that come along with that. Today, we're going to be talking all about Thanksgiving, giving thanks, having a grateful heart, and how all of those things can really help you on your wellness journey throughout this season. So I love Thanksgiving. I think it's a magical time of year, and this year it's a little bit different because Thanksgiving is falling later on the calendar. Things are a little bit more blended this year in my house and on my front porch. It's very much Thanksmas. I've got pumpkins out, but I also have Santa out. So maybe you can identify with that this year, but really embracing the magical time of year with the lights and the love and the hope and the peace and the joy that come in this season. And Thanksgiving really kicks it off because it focuses us on gratitude and our blessings of the season. So much of the season is focused and a time about hope and peace and joy and love, and Thanksgiving really and truly puts that into perspective, especially being around friends and family, sharing a meal and conversations of hopes and dreams and wishes and all the wonderful things that kind of maybe have happened since you've seen one another. And maybe that was even a whole year ago. So all of these family traditions that many of us have and whatnot really give us perspective and can really help shift our mindset into a positive place, even when we may have been in our darkest moments. So over the next couple days or even weeks, you'll likely be asked at least once, what are you grateful for? What are you thankful for? And maybe even how have you been blessed this year? And so many families have this tradition where you go around the table and everybody says what they're grateful for. And often it comes down to some of the basics, family, their home, their job, their clothes on their back, the opportunity to be celebrating with the loved ones in that moment. And one of the things I love about this tradition is that it really focuses you on maybe some of the simpler things. This has been a focus for my little ones at school as they've been preparing for Thanksgiving and, filling out little gratitude sheets and things like that. My youngest, he came home and he was telling me what he wrote on his, and he had said that he was thankful for his family, his house, and his bed. And of course that warmed my heart. And I was somewhat caught off guard because I really thought on there he would have like his iPad and his new shirt that he got. But what I loved about it is that it truly was about some of those things that we do take for granted on a daily and a regular basis. Things that not everybody has and a good majority of us do have, and we live kind of like numb to those things on a daily, weekly, monthly, and even an annual basis. So I loved that he had stripped it down, and it even kind of really made me, in that moment, be a little more grateful for my bed as well. So when we're talking about being grateful for the basics and thinking about gratitude, one thing that I would love to focus your attention on in this episode is really starting with your health. One quote that you'll often hear me say is that the first wealth is your health. And Ralph Waldo Emerson is credited with this. And I truly believe that if you have your health, you have everything. And This is definitely something that so many of us take for granted until all of a sudden we don't have, or we aren't living in our fullest healthy state, maybe that we are used to or have been. This can be broken down to a physical injury. Maybe you went for a walk and twisted your ankle, and for 2 weeks after that, you're now hobbling around, wondering how a little stone in the road could really throw you off kilter for that amount of time. Or maybe it's the cold or the flu, or maybe a loved one gets sick and you see that deterioration in them. When we have those moments of realization that health truly is everything. And in this season here, when we're celebrating the abundance and having plenty, our focus often can fall into that place of lack. And some of that's natural because we're making our Christmas lists to fill in the little holes of things that we might be missing in our life. And we're also shopping for things to help fill the holes of our loved ones and people we want to help celebrate and show them that we do care. So, it's that season where we're both celebrating the plenty and the lack. And sometimes we can get ourselves caught up in that catch-22 where you're really kind of unsure what to focus on. So really drawing this in and being present in the moment and focusing on your health can really help slow you down and ground you and give you perspective and really help to not take yourself for granted in all things. So when we become overwhelmed by feeling of lack, or that it's not good enough, or things like that, and catch ourselves in that spiral, it's a good time to remember that if we have our health, we have everything. And that truly is a gift that needs to be celebrated and given thanks for. And when you focus on the health that you have been given, your perspective can change, and changing your space and putting you in a place of gratitude and abundance can truly help you shift from simply surviving this holiday season and coming from that place of lack. It can shift that perspective and help you truly get to a place of enjoyment, especially in this time of year. I know this season I am very much looking forward to slowing down and appreciating all the little sparkly things in life. I feel like the last few years, maybe I haven't been able to do that because I've been caught up in so many things. And this year I'm being really intentional about that and really watching my thoughts that are going through my head and catching them as soon as I become aware of them. And that being in that place of awareness is super important. And it's also a practice. Do your best this season to not get caught up in the negativity. And if you do find yourself in a place of lack or being hard on yourself, especially when it comes to your health and wellness journey, maybe you didn't get your workout in, or maybe you didn't eat as healthy as you hoped you would over the weekend or at a party or whatever it may be, give yourself some grace here and have gratitude for the awareness that you are aware that maybe you didn't do your best, but that gives you the opportunity to reevaluate and shift and, do better next time. And then be able to celebrate it because you had the awareness that maybe you hadn't been your best self or put your best foot forward, but this time you did, or did one step better than you had done before. Like, that is absolutely worth celebrating, especially when you're on this journey, because the big picture can be somewhat overwhelming, especially if you have a long way to go. And instead of getting super defeated and exhausted and overwhelmed by the entire process, if you can truly break it down into those smaller pieces and focus on one thing at a time and celebrate those little things, that can really help you on your journey. So no matter where you are on your journey, it's still worth celebrating. Even if you may not be in the place that you thought you would be or that was your goal, still celebrate where you are, because no matter how you've gotten to where you are meant to be in this moment, right here, right now, in this exact space, in this exact body, in this exact moment that you're in. And there's so much power in remembering that. So no matter how chaotic or stressful this time of year can be, or no matter how caught up you get in abundance or lack, just know that you are exactly where you are meant to be in this moment. This is all part of your journey. Life is not happening to you, it's always happening for you. And when you can begin to recognize that, that can really help ground you in the moment and give you peace and give you worth and really give you just a little perk in your mind-body connection to really allow you to be present in the moment, in the space that you're in, without feeling negative about yourself. And as a little tool for you, if you do find yourself in that space of negativity or in that negative spiral or in a self-loathing moment, I want you to literally say to yourself, the moment that you become aware of it, stop. And then say thank you for becoming aware that you're in this spiral and in this place. And say thank you to yourself for simply being aware of the situation. Because awareness is the opportunity and the space that you can truly make some change. By saying thank you, the moment that you find yourself in that headspace, to be able to do that when you're in that negative space really can help change and shift your perspective and trajectory and get you out of that negative space and put you back into the positive space where you can really make your positive shifts and enjoy life. You know, this life and this wellness journey that you're on is really all about celebrating where you are. And even if that's a troubled place right now, celebrating that you are here and you're aware will help give you grace and help you see the bigger picture, the brighter light, and see that all the wonderful things that are coming up for you and that will help you make the little changes. So this is your life, and this whole wellness journey is about creating a lifestyle and helping you get to a better place than you currently are now. You didn't get here overnight, and so many of us often wonder, how on earth did I even get here in this place? And that's something I'm going to be talking about in some of the upcoming episodes about how and why you even got here. But, you know, putting a pin in that and putting that to the side for now, just taking the time and the moment to celebrate where you are right here in this present moment and really remembering that you're meant to be here right now and that life is happening for you and not to you, and that no matter what is going on with your mind-body connection and your external world, like simply being present in this moment and being grateful, especially for your health in this season, can help take a lot of stress and take a lot of weight off of you so that you can make some progress, especially during this crazy, hectic time of year. So I want to challenge you this season to really focus on your health and to be grateful for the place that you're in right now. And one way to do that is to have a daily practice. So in the notes and in the description, there's a link for a downloadable worksheet that you can print off and use on a daily basis just to simply write one thing that you're grateful for. It can be as simple as being grateful for your bed, being grateful for your health, the water in your glass, your coffee pot, whatever it might be, or it can be something that is big and grand, but just starting to make gratitude a daily practice. And that will help shift your perspective and help you become aware of all the little blessings that you do have in your life. And with that, it will help change your perspective, and you will start to feel the snowball effect in the good way of giving thanks and having your heart be filled with more joy, especially this time of year. So again, there's a link in the notes for that downloadable sheet if you'd like it. Otherwise, just write on a sticky note and stick it on your mirror and say, give thanks today, and use that as a reminder, you know, over the next 7 days or even the next month, to say thank you every day and mean it from your heart and soul, and don't expect anything back from it. So I want to leave you with a quote that has come across my plate in the last couple weeks, and it's really resonated with me and has really kind of help me focus on that sparkle and shine of not only the season, but the process. So if you cry because the sun has gone out of your life, your tears will prevent you from seeing the stars. I really hope this quote resonates with you and you can take it and share it and let your sparkle and shine show throughout the season. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, as it's a snip of what's to come, where I'm going to be sharing more about living a healthy lifestyle, the challenges, the joys, the hows, the whys, all in an effort to inspire and empower you on your wellness journey. There's so much that we can do in our lifestyle to prevent and reverse and be proactive instead of reactive. And as I coach you on this journey, I'm also on this journey with you. And there's always new research and new things that are coming along. The only constant in life is change, and we have to move and adapt to that. As I'm on this journey with you, it makes me a better coach, and I love being a part of your world. Thank you again for listening in, and now go live your life holistically strong and beautiful. Catch you in the next episode.